finished up this new GP1R Fast Power Sports build. Thought I'd bring you guys through it, show you what it's all about, and show you the ins and outs of it. So this is a 1500cc 4-stroke, 160 horsepower, 4-cylinder engine from the Kawasaki SXR 160. What we did was obviously we used that engine. We have a Solus mag pump in it with a Solus drop nozzle. So trim and everything's all hooked up, ready to roll. So for the start of a race with someone, you're gonna get a really good launch, no bouncing, and you're gonna be able to put all that power to the ground. We used that pump obviously with a matching impeller that's suited for the ECU tune that we have on this. So this ski is set up with a map tuner ECU program from Riva Racing, one of Jesus's tunes. It works really well. It works really well with the impeller that we figured out and kind of got it paired to. And this package is really, really reliable, and the performance is excellent. And the best thing about it is that you get to run it with pump gas. You do have to use 91, so premium fuel, but you can use fuel straight out the Bowser at the gas station. So that's a massive advantage over using, race fuel or AF-gas or something like that with the added cost, and you just don't have to deal with that with this package. So with this build, we used a Blosian handle pole. That's the Blosian handle pole is the same pole that I race with. I like the angle of it. I like the way the steering functions. I find it very linear. It gives you the right amount of input through the pole, through the base bracket. And I like the feel that it gives on our boat. So it makes the boat very direct, very precise, and makes this thing, handle like a knife through butter. So it's very smooth, and that package works really, really well. As far as the mats go, we always use jet trim. This boat is set up with one of our tray fillers. So the back of the tray is all filled in with the insert that we are able to put into the tray. So if you don't like that clipped in, really connected feel of our lowered tray, you can use that tray filler, and it gives you a more conventional feel of a normal tray. So this one does have a straight kicker along the back. Probably feels more similar to your normal skis that you've ridden in the past as far as the tray feel, and feels like the ski that you've probably ridden before. So it's nothing really to get used to. The only thing that you do have, we still do have the hump in the front of the tray. That is key for keeping your foot connected to the ski. These skis turn really hard. They hold a lot of corner speed. So you need your front foot to be able to wedge up against something. If that front of that tray was totally flat, you wouldn't be able to corner very fast because of the G-forces of the turn. So it still has that, but this tray is really user-friendly and good for the average rider. Then obviously engine-wise, we run an air filter kit on all of our GP1Rs. This is one of our new hulls. So this has a new exhaust system with a new exhaust flange. We definitely made some improvements in that whole exhaust system. So obviously updated on this one, all stainless steel. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece, and it looks really good and functions really well. So engine-wise, stock engine, as I said before, Map Tuner X tune on this ECU, air filter kit, and with that package, depending on how you set the boat up, you can probably, and obviously water and temperature conditions and so on, but your average, kind of performance you can expect is around that 68 to 70, maybe a touch over 70 miles an hour. But the acceleration is really good, and you're able to achieve those speeds with great handling and not having the boat super light and floaty on the water. So if you set the boat super light, and lift it out the water, you will get more speed for sure, but you will be slower around the racetrack. So, we don't really care about that ultimate top speed. It's something that we do monitor. We make sure that, we obviously have enough speed, but you don't win or lose the race with the top speed number. It is funny because that is the most asked question when somebody wants to buy a new ski, a new GP1R. The first question is, what is the top speed? And it's funny, I always think to myself when I get told this, that is the least important thing. And honestly, that question normally comes from an inexperienced racer. And you ask a racer that's actually won anything, that is probably the least important thing to them, as long as they're in that top speed window of where you need to be. So you don't want to be going to the start line with a 65-mile-an-hour boat and the other guys have 72, but you don't need the 75-mile-an-hour boat that doesn't handle. So getting that feel between the handling and the top speed, it's really important, and it is not the focus of a fast race boat what the ultimate GPS number is. Because if you adjust it and you lift the nose, you're going to get a big speed number, and you're going to have a really slow boat around the racetrack because it's going to push the nose in all the turns, it's going to bounce. You'll lose more time from one buoy to the next than what you will gain from any top speed by making the nose super light and not having that hookup. So yeah, just something to think about. Then obviously on this boat, this has our new intake track system. So we made a lot of changes to the intake track itself, but also the actual scoop grate, pump chute, pump plate is totally different. So it's a full billet system, no welds, very good, hooks up really well, but yeah, we have obviously adjusted everything on that, and we've gained some performance, made some improvements, and with the way we set up our boat, I feel that we have a better handling setup. So big improvement there. With this boat also, new spec ride plate, epoxy carbon. This ride plate is definitely a better performer over the older stuff. It's got more fasteners that hold it into the boat, and it's been a really good improvement to the ski itself. So the angles on the ride plate have changed, the contours have changed, and yeah, definitely improvement for 2023. Then obviously this boat, being the newer model, has the updated nose and wing system that obviously works really well for us. We got a nice TBM gas cap on here to make it look really trick, and we have a unlimited valve cover from Japan. Just spruces the engine bay up nicely, makes you know that somebody that built it took some care and a little bit more interest in the ski, so it looks really good, makes it look exotic. So yeah, the boat really looks good, and obviously one of the nice things with these new boats are there is our new molds with the new layup schedule. So we're always improving, that never stops. And yeah, we've taken our construction definitely to the next level. A lot of Kevlar being used. We've strengthened and stiffened the hull up in some different places to give you a very different feel through the handle pole. And the boat now, we found that we've been able to get it more precise, more direct, and it obviously affects the lap times, and the lap times are coming down, which is a good thing. So we found some performance there, and it never really stops. So one of the benefits, obviously, I do a lot of the testing, I ride all the time, I've been doing this a long time, and I have direct input straight into the factory to make any changes to these boats. As soon as we figure out anything, it's implemented automatically and immediately. So what happens is, say we find an improvement at the lake on one of our test sessions, on the way home, make a phone call, speak to the factory, and that improvement, it hits production instantly. So that's a massive advantage for us. It definitely separates us from a lot of our competition, and it helps us to have these race winning skis. Also, on top of that, we do support and sponsor a lot of the world's top racers, and obviously these guys, I handpick these riders. They have a lot of experience. A lot of the riders that we aim to get onto our product are guys that obviously can be instrumental in our testing program and feed us with information to get these boats better. Because at the end of the day, that is our goal. Our goal is to develop during racing, get these boats onto the top step of the podium using the best riders in the world, and then getting feedback from these guys, which is then in turn passed on to you, the consumer, the buyer, and you get the very, very best and the most up-to-date race boat that we can provide with all the technology that we're learning all over the world. So we have these guys racing all over the world, different countries, different conditions, and that information is fed to us, and we straight away implement that into the craft itself, and our Fast Powersports boats keep improving, and it's proven. So you know, obviously since we released this boat, it's been massively successful. Quentin Bosch was able straight away to win the King's Cup on obviously on one of them. That then moved on. Jeremy Perret just won the Jet Cross series in France, which is obviously a very tough series against the world's toughest guys. He was able to win there. Jeremy also won the first round of the Triple Crown on his Fast Powersports GP1R. Obviously a lot of development on that boat from Fredo over in France and with QB1 Racing. So those guys are doing a great job, and they're passing on all this valuable information to us, which we in turn straight away use to develop the skis. So hope you guys like one of our new builds, and we'll try to keep these videos coming, showing you all the cool stuff that we do, and hope you guys enjoy it. So see you guys on the water soon, and another new Fast Powersports GP1R heading out.